Let me show you the top 2 most probable scenarios that are happening right now. One is not till January 1st, but one means right now is a bear trap, and I want to show you in the charts what I mean. Yes, I'm making 2 Bitcoin videos in a day. I've already made my community aware of this a while ago. But now that it's kind of happening, I'm going to try to let YouTube know. And none of this is a signal to go long or to go short. Don't interpret that, but rather just in general as a price path prediction, and actually prediction of exact dollar figures. I want YouTube to see this, and I'm going to keep this. I'm not going to spend the time editing this, so let me give you the top 2, and I'll try to keep this short. Okay, so top 2 scenarios. All this green stuff is the second scenario that I'll do next. So don't look at this. Rather, focus your eyes on price, the candle, and that red line. Okay. All right. So all we need is price and the red line. So similar to how it was a very clear bear trap down here, as I mentioned in one of my videos in July that's titled a bull trap. And if you want to see me, actually, this is the best call I made maybe the only good call I made during all of Wyckoff. But I called this exact play during this week before it went down below the blue. I called that it was close below the blue, go down Monday and Tuesday exactly, and then V-shape. That's exactly what happened. And I will try to, so it's not to say, oh, look how amazing his calls are. No, a lot of my Wyckoff plays, the calls were bad. That was my only good one. And thank God I got one good one during the last one. But no, it's to learn from them, because that scenario I think might be exactly what's happening now, but on 2 different levels. So if you want to check out that video, how I called that before it actually happened, and it's exactly to the day what happened. It went down Monday, Tuesday after the closure. Go ahead and check out that video popping up right there. But anyway, so the reason I'm pointing this out is not to say, oh, how great I am, Tim, you're not humble, work on your humility type of comments. No, I'm not going there. But rather, I think the same thing could happen. It's the same play. But on the red line, not the blue line. So this blue line is price closed below, drove down Monday, Tuesday, V-shaped correction. However, this case, you liquidated longs. So now, like, the count kind of resets. Then you have a week close below here again, which would be more similar to this week. So this first week closing below is more like, I want to liquidate longs, then liquidate shorts. So this one is not related to this one. Rather, this green week closure below the red line is more similar to this first closure below the blue line here. And so, but the thing is, though, is that after this closure below the red line, even though it's a green candle, doesn't matter. It's a closure below the red. That's bad. You drive it down on Monday or Tuesday, and then run V-shape the other way, which today is Monday. This could be a bear trap. That's exactly what happened here. After this week closed, in that video that I linked you to, so and you could tell, if you watch that video, I was making that call before this week closed. It was above the blue line still, right? And I said it'll close below the blue line, then Monday, Tuesday, it'll go down, then it'll V-shape, and it exactly did that. It went down Monday, Tuesday, and then V-shaped. So the same thing here. It's Monday. You close below, trap more bears. So since you already liquidated longs, well, now let's liquidate shorts. Let's drive it down for the very beginning of the week, then V-shape it. And then V-shape would be, so the way you'll be able to tell whether this is what plays out or not is this week will close above 53,700. But you're probably, so that's above the 10 EMA. So if this week turns around and closes above here, you'll know that this Monday was the bear trap, just like this Monday, Tuesday of that candle was the bear trap. But during that effort going up, Bitcoin will probably go up to like 55. And then it'll come back down and close above that red line somewhere around 53.7. So it'll wick up to 55, maybe 56, and then come close the week around Sunday around 53.7. That's scenario number 1. Now I'm going to show you scenario number 2. But before we do that, let's go ahead and make sure everybody flip your phones or get flipped off. It's going to help me a lot continue making videos for you. If you hit the like button, it helps out the algo. And what helps out even more, just leave me a freaking comment. Just type in what or random or whatever you want to, just type something for me, please. And again, that's so I can continue delivering content for you. But if you want time sensitive delivery of content to you, you hit the bell. Make sure that bell is set if you're subscribed. And my Twitter, make sure you follow me on Twitter. I give a lot of alerts. Cosas Verdes too. And if you want to be able to turn on your microphone and your camera and ask me questions directly and live, check out the links to my Discord and all of the the video description sections, and I have updated those freaking links. It was an expired link. I'm blonde and male at the same time, so I make mistakes. So, but all of those have been updated on my Twitter as well. It's the blue arrow if you want to check that out. All right, so let me show you. The second most probable. So the reason I started out with the first most probable is because it's happening now. That means right now it's the bear trap. You are experiencing it, and what whales are trying to do as a summary is they liquidated longs, which we already know happened, right? Liquidated longs, and to liquidate shorts, now you trap them, you bait them, and then run it the other way. All right. Okay, good. So the second one is literally just a copy and paste of this. It's a copy and paste. Same play. You close a week below it, drive it down Monday, Tuesday, beginning of the next week. And so I'll actually break this down to the day using these greed stuff, but it's the same play, but you do it around January 1st. And the reason why this is going to be so huge of a whale play, if they can get it, and honestly, I would honestly congratulate whales if they're able to do this, because there aren't many, relative to the whole crypto space, not many people watch my channel. So it's going to fuck over a lot of, I use my F word allowance, my F word. Smoker Joe come back on my channel, say, dude, we already used our allowance, man. All right. Anyway, or Stoner Joe or whatever I named him in that video. But so it's good. The reason why I would congratulate whales if they're able to do the second one that I'm about ready to show you is because it'll liquidate a lot of shorts. It'd be a pretty sick play. And, when you're thinking like a whale, like when they do good whale games and it's amazingly done. Like sometimes you got a golf clap, especially if you watch my channel and you're prepared for what the whales are about ready to do, right? So since I made so many bad calls during Wyckoff, apart from the last one that I showed you was I was the only person on YouTube who said that, right? You can't find another channel. But my calls leading up to that sucked. I mean, I made some blunders, right? Because it was price action that had never existed before, and it was all an algorithm. It was a planned copy, and like it was literally an algorithm to print shape the way that Bitcoin cartel at the time wanted to happen. Now, I don't think that'll ever happen again, going on a tangent, because now that other billionaire entities or clubs know that one group did it, now you're going to have a lot of entities trying to eyeball the same thing. But if you have more cartels and more cartels trying to do something like that again, when it was previously only one, it's going to become closer to mass market psychology, which those types of plans printing in exact shapes probably won't happen anything bigger than the 4-hour chart. You'll still see it on the 1 hour, 30-minute. You'll see the Batman stuff, upside down Batman Barts or whatever. So you're pricing it up to the 4-hour chart, but not on the daily chart like that ever. I don't think that'll ever happen again. But I made bad calls because of that, and I wasn't thinking like a whale. So the reason why on my channel I've been thinking like a whale a lot more is because I screwed up so bad during that, right? So even when I make mistakes, I take it very seriously. Just going on a long, sorry, this is a tangent, tangent almost over. But I've done some serious work to understand why I went wrong so many times, and so now I'm good. I think maybe I'm not good at it yet, but I'm getting better at thinking like a whale, because a lot of my calls on whale games have happened exactly right. So this second one could be, you'd golf clap. So end rant. So now back to where we started. So the second most probable scenario would be a golf clap situation if whales could pull it off, because they're going to do it around the new year. And so people will be shorting the time axis, throwing big money on a short, because 100% of Januaries have seen a sell-off of 30% or greater. I think the smallest one was like 29.7 or something, whatever, 30% or greater, 100%. So if you can drive price down, copy and paste the same play from the end of Wyckoff, but do this exact game plan, close one weekly candle below the blue, drive it down Monday, Tuesday, then V-shape it up, you're going to get way more shorters than you had here. And you're going to be able to. And so what that means is they're not just hurting shorters. No, they need to bait shorters, because if they have the goal to put on $100 million of longs, for example, right, they can't do it unless they're $100 million of shorts. So if typically at this level, there would only be $30 million of shorts. Well, if they have a goal to be in $100 million of longs at this level, they have to create a scenario where $70 million more shorts come into play. So now you have the 100 total. Now they've met their goal. Now they can run it the other way. That's what the bear trap is. They're doing it because it's essentially dollar for a dollar. You have to have a short in order to long. Roughly, that is, I don't know if that's 100% exact rule, but that's the gist of what's going on. But they're going to be able to do this to a much grander scale here because more gamblers will be shorting the time axis based off the idea that all Januaries have had a correction. So on this, so that's the game plan. Close it below the blue line 1 week, drive it down 2 days, or 1 to 2 days the next week, and then V-shape. But on the daily scale, that's where these lines that I have drawn in here, all this stuff, that's where it comes into play because they're going to have to do it in exact, it'll have to be an exact science because, and here's why. So here's why I'm so confident that if it happens, it'll happen exactly this way because there's a weekly trend change. So at 43,200. So you can't close the week below it. Because if they're trying to get longs and they close the week, so the they who's trying to do this, right? The whale games, they can't have the week close below 43.2 because then their plan will be likely destroyed because they will be inviting too many sellers to the party and their game plan will go awry because they attracted too many insects, right? So they want to attract insects, but not too many. Therefore, it has to go down exactly like what I'm about to show you, actually. Like, there's no other way. I mean, there might be, but whatever. I might be getting cocky and unhumble at that point, but it's just mathematically it has to happen. I can already see it. I don't know why, but if it happens, this is the way it'll happen. Okay, this is my guess. And again, this is just a guess from some dude on the internet. All right, so you get that. So I'm going to flip to the daily chart, but just like, let's draw this blue line, okay? And then whatever day closes, let's go to the daily chart now. So imagine, let's not imagine the line is blue. Let's actually freaking make it blue, Tim. Okay. So what happens here is this line here or this line here. You're going to have the hourly chart either dancing on this one or dancing on this one. And what's going to happen is at the end of the week on Sunday or Saturday, it'll finally close that week on a daily. So the Saturday or Sunday candle, and then Monday, Tuesday, or just Monday a doji, then Tuesday wick down. And here's what I'm about to show you. It'll either have to happen in 1 or 2 days total, everything what I'm about to show you. Okay, watch. So the week will close above this line, but below this line. So the week will close exactly between the weekly 55 and this line here. It can't close below it. So if you see that happen, warning sign, it's the whale game happening. I'm telling you, it's exactly what's going to happen. If this is their plan. All right. So they have to close in an exact range, weekly 55 above this line. So once that closes on a Sunday, then the Monday candle, so either the Monday candle or the Tuesday candle will do what I'm about to say. It might be a combo of both, but I bet it's just going to be one super ass volatile day. It's going to be wicked, but it might be split up into Monday and Tuesday together, but I would guess it's just one. So either Monday or Tuesday or both, it's going to wick to this box. And that same day that wicks down here, it will close above 40,900. It will close above there. The next day we'll get above here, and the week in general will close above this line, but it's going to do it easily because it's going to be a V shape, right? Now, will it close really far above this line after the V shape? Maybe not. It might get above, settle down to try to invite more buyers to keep pumping it because now they have the $100 million figure of longs. So they might try to do something like this to invite more buyers because if it just goes to the sky total V shape, then a lot of the buyers are going to stay sideliners because they're going to wait for a higher low. So what's probably going to happen that week within the weekly, if you split up the week in days, it's going to go like this, come back down, rest, then take off. But the week will close and this down here will be V-shape and you will not. So what I mean by V-shape is you will not retest these lows. Usually on volatile moves, you will come up, rest, retest lows, then take off. But V-shape, it won't happen because they can't close the week above here. And if they close the day below 40,900, that also, in their algorithms, whatever whales are doing, like hedge funds or whatever, they won't want to close that. So the same day that closes down to the wick, or that goes down to the wick box, they're not going to want to close that, let it close below 40,900 because that's a very important daily line and it'll invite too many insects also. So you have 3 areas where it has to be precise, which is why I'm making this extremely precise guess, because it's the only way to do this without getting too many insects. The first precision is the weekly close between these 2 lines, between the weekly 55 and this line here, 43.2. That's the first one. And then Maybe there are only two. And anyway, the second one is, so that would invite too many insects if you get a weekly closure. That's why it has to close here. Then the daily one, it'll wick down and come up here and close above here because that'll also invite too many insects and you don't want that to happen. So you have two areas of precision that it has to happen. But in order to bait enough shorts, I assume that it's going to want to make them think they're in profit. Therefore, they add more and more and more before those same whales who are taking on longs here start buying with their dollars on spot. So it's all about this invites too many insects. This invites too many insects. Therefore, it has to happen exactly this way. And because people will likely be shorting the January 1st time axis, it's got to happen around here too. So we have, that's the third point of precision. It's the time axis. It has to happen around here. And then you have two price precision points for like your trifecta there of precision. So again, this is a crazy call. So to summarize, the first call, right? I'm just making guesses here, but these are just my top two most probable, is that the dip right now is a bear trap. This week will close above 53,700 roughly, and it'll probably wick up to 55K, then settle back down around 53.7, somewhere around there to close the weekly above the red 10 EMA. Okay, that's guess number one, like tied for most probable. Second most probable is the thing I just showed you where you have the 3 points of specificity around the time axis, okay? And then the price axis, the week and the days have to close precisely, right? So it's like it's like a trick shot in pool. They're going to do a trick, but it's going to be very profitable for whales to do it. That's what I got. Hopefully you like these unedited videos. And again, before you get out of here, just make sure you've hit the like button. It's going to help me continue making videos for you. And hit the bell if you are new and you've just decided to subscribe. And also check me out on Twitter. It's at 𝐾𝐢𝐻𝑣𝐻𝑣𝐻𝑣𝐻. And again, the links to my Discord are in the description section of all my videos. You just got Timified.